A lot of people think they're a Sigma because they're quiet in a group or they work alone. They put on a certain face, practice some habits they saw online, and call it independence. But let's be real. Those are just surface-level actions. The true traits of a real Sigma male, you can't fake them. They're built into your core. And that's what this is about. Stick around until the end of this video, and you'll walk away with some serious wisdom. We're going to break down the traits that are impossible to replicate, and by the end, you'll have a clear view of the silent power that defines a true Sigma. Let's dive into number 1, unshakable emotional command. Most people are a slave to their emotions. When they get angry, it shows. When they're stressed, they panic. They react instantly, their feelings dictating every word and action. But a real Sigma male operates with an almost dangerous level of emotional control. This isn't about suppression, it's about mastery. It's an internal foundation that doesn't crack under pressure. This is where the pretenders fail. The fake Sigma might hold it together for a little while, but the moment a real challenge hits, a job loss, a personal betrayal, their composure crumbles, exposing the fragile facade. This kind of control is powerful because it allows a Sigma to think with lethal clarity. While others are reacting, a true Sigma is assessing, strategizing, and moving with precision. They never say things they can't take back because they refuse to let their emotions own them. This affects everyone around them. They feel unsettled by it because they can't get a rise out of you. They try to push your buttons to bait you into a reaction, but your calm is absolute. It's a quiet form of power that others find impossible to influence or manipulate. In a real-world scenario, this looks like the guy who gets bad news in a meeting and doesn't flinch. While everyone else is panicking, he's already thinking of the next 5 moves, finding a solution before the problem has even fully registered with the rest of the room. This isn't a performance, it's a default state, and it's a trait that can't be learned from a YouTube video. That leads us to number 2, the apex of solitude. Most people are terrified of being alone. Their calendar is booked, their phone is always buzzing, and they constantly seek out new connections because they can't stand their own company. For a real Sigma, solitude is a superpower. It's not the result of being pushed away or being bitter. It's a chosen state for deep reflection, creativity, and strategic thought. This is where the pretenders are exposed. The fake Sigma might talk about being a lone wolf, but secretly craves social validation, constantly checking for likes and comments, and getting restless when they have no one to impress. This form of independence is powerful because it breaks the social power balance. You don't need the group, so they have no leverage over you. You're not motivated by external approval, and that makes you impossible to control. This affects others deeply. It causes a subtle unease because your contentment in your own space makes them question their own frantic social existence. They can't influence you with the promise of belonging because you already belong to yourself. In practice, a true Sigma is the guy who can spend a weekend alone, not just surviving it, but genuinely thriving in it, learning a new skill, building a project, or simply thinking without distraction. While others are searching for a crowd to validate their existence, you're building a foundation that doesn't need external support. This isn't something you can pretend to feel. Let's move to trait number 3, unmasking reality. Most people take others at face value. They believe the rehearsed charm, the fake confidence, and the social masks people wear. A real Sigma, however, has an uncanny ability to read people instantly. It's not just suspicion, it's an advanced form of pattern recognition. The mind of a Sigma is a vault, remembering every detail and inconsistency, making it nearly impossible to deceive them. This is another area where the fake Sigma is quickly unmasked. The pretender might try to act suspicious or cynical, but they lack the genuine observational depth to see the full picture. This skill is a dangerous advantage because it allows a Sigma to navigate social dynamics with unnerving clarity. You see beyond the surface-level noise that distracts everyone else, understanding motives and hidden agendas. This causes a lot of discomfort in others. They feel exposed by your quiet observation. You don't have to say a word, but they know you see through their facade. And that kind of quiet knowing breaks their sense of control. Think of it this way. A true Sigma can walk into a room and know who the backstabber is, who is faking their confidence, and who is trustworthy, all within minutes. While others are busy being manipulated, you are already 5 steps ahead. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever felt that you could see right through someone. We still have a lot to cover.
Then there's trait number 4, the unstoppable engine of self-discipline. Most people are slaves to motivation. They wait for a feeling of inspiration to hit before they start a new project or go to the gym. Their discipline is fleeting, based on temporary hype and external pushes. A real Sigma male, on the other hand, is driven by sheer commitment. Their discipline is wired into their core. They move regardless of how they feel, avoiding the excuses and shortcuts that lead others to burn out. This is where the pretenders are revealed. The fake Sigma talks a big game about their goals, but their actions are inconsistent, and they fold at the first sign of discomfort. This unwavering discipline is powerful because it allows a Sigma to build real, tangible results over time. While others are stuck on a roller coaster of highs and lows, a true Sigma is making consistent progress, day in and day out. Their success isn't loud. It's a quiet, relentless force. This affects others by exposing the unsustainable nature of their own reliance on motivation. Your consistent action becomes a mirror that reflects their lack of it, and it can be unsettling to witness someone who simply does the work without a need for applause or external validation. In a practical sense, this is the guy who is up at 5 a.m. working on his business, not because he feels like it, but because the work needs to be done. He doesn't need to post about it on social media. The results speak for themselves. This isn't a show. It's a lifestyle. And that brings us to number 5, the absolute detachment. The average person struggles to let go. They cling to relationships and situations that no longer serve them, terrified of being alone or seen as a failure. A real Sigma male, however, walks away without looking back. When something or someone wastes their time, drains their energy, or compromises their peace, they cut ties without hesitation. This is a profound level of self-respect. The pretender, in contrast, will create drama or linger for a reaction, needing external validation for their departure. This absolute detachment is powerful because it protects a Sigma's most valuable resources, their time and energy. They have an innate understanding of sunk cost and refuse to invest in things that yield no return. This affects others deeply. Your quiet departure leaves them unsettled. There are no drawn-out goodbyes, no theatrics. Your silence after you leave speaks louder than any argument ever could, and it leaves people wondering why they couldn't influence you to stay. Think of the person who simply deletes a contact and moves on. No long message, no begging, no need for closure. They have respected themselves enough to know when something is over. It's a level of emotional independence that you just can't fake. Moving on to trait number 6, real Sigma's quiet dominance. The average man needs to be loud to feel powerful. He puffs his chest, boasts about his accomplishments, and demands attention to feel validated. A true Sigma male, in stark contrast, has a silent, unshakable confidence rooted in self-awareness and proven competence. It doesn't need external validation or a stage. This is where the pretenders fall flat. The fake Sigma has performative confidence. It's a show that crumbles the moment their ego is challenged or they're put under real pressure. This quiet confidence is powerful because it's a genuine expression of self-possession. It doesn't seek, it simply is. It's unaffected by the opinions of others, which makes you a silent force that others can't compete with. This affects people profoundly. Your quiet authority disrupts the social hierarchy. People are confused by a man who is clearly powerful, but doesn't need to announce it. This causes a kind of fear, because they have no way to measure you or compete with you on a traditional level. In a real-world setting, this is the person in a meeting who says little, but when he does speak, everyone listens. He doesn't need to dominate the conversation. His value is understood through his contributions and the results of his actions. This isn't a tactic. It's a natural byproduct of true inner strength. And finally, number 7, the perpetual strategist. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to their immediate environment without thinking about the bigger picture. Their minds are distracted by noise and surface-level information. A real Sigma male's mind is a high-powered machine that never shuts off. It's constantly dissecting, decoding, and analyzing everything. This isn't a choice. It's a default mode. This is where the pretenders get lost. The fake Sigma might overthink and overanalyze to seem smart, but they lack the genuine depth to connect the dots and see patterns others miss. This relentless strategic thinking is powerful because it makes you almost impossible to manipulate. You're always thinking 10 steps ahead, questioning motives and understanding hidden patterns. While others are busy with the drama of the moment, you're already anticipating the outcome. This can be unsettling for others. They feel as if you're always playing chess while they're playing checkers. They can't hide their true intentions from you, and this lack of privacy is unnerving. Think about it like this. A true Sigma can see a business deal or a social situation and instantly know the real agenda, who stands to gain, and how to navigate it to their advantage. While others are being led, you are the one quietly mapping the entire board. Ultimately, what you've seen here are not just personality traits. They are the foundations of true power, the kind of power that doesn't need to announce itself. Fear doesn't always come from loud aggression. Sometimes it comes from absolute silence, from lethal clarity, and from dangerous control. These aren't things you can learn in a week or fake with a new attitude. They are either in your core or they aren't. They are what separate the real from the fake. Thank you so much for watching.